Hey guys, so I decided to watch some random stuff with the missus, and I stumbled upon this right here. As you can see, what we've stumbled upon is essentially the just real quick, just so I can get his channel in there. The Critical Drinker, very cool guy, very down to earth. I haven't met him personally, but judging from the videos that I've seen, a pretty cool guy and level-headed. And he's basically talking about Ms. Marvel here, and I thought I would not react, but to add in my own points, I could guess you could say to it. But pretty much, he's talking about how, in essence, that Disney is trying to stay woke, trying to appeal to everyone, and we're just going to continue from here to basically watch on, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. Starting off with this quick one here.
Consider Ms. Marvel. Well, I think the first thing we need to do is understand what the hell Ms. Marvel is and where she comes from. So bear with me for a minute as I take you on a short journey into the madness of Marvel Comics.
Now, that right there, people. Personally, Critical Drinker, if you're watching this, I doubt you will, but if you are watching this, like, you're wasting your time here, because you can explain the character like from the origins to the end. The problem is that it's gonna be pointless because Disney, being Disney, are gonna do their typical thing of we got to appeal to a certain kind of crowd to bring in those good old Disney books, and pretty much that's all this is gonna be. It's all for naught, because from the intro to this point of your video, I can tell you crystal fucking clear exactly what Disney's gonna do. But before I do that, we're gonna watch on.
So as far as I can tell, Ms. Marvel is a kind of umbrella identity that's been used by several different characters over the years. The first one was Carol Danvers, who inherited their powers from the original Captain Marvel, which was actually a Kree hero named Mar-Vell. But then he died, so Danvers just kind of stole his name, Rey Skywalker style, and the title of Ms. Marvel passed on to Sharon Ventura. Then she turned into a female version of the Thing and joined the Fantastic Four, because yeah, sure, why not?
This is the thing with the comics. I'll give credit where it's due. The thing with the comics were back then is that they had to stay inventive, because if you had a certain hero, and if like you started writing stories for it, eventually the stories would all end up the same. Case in point, take a look at Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man in comics has been written, rewritten so many different times that you could start a whole new fucking universe with different Spider-Men, which is what ended up happening. With Ms. Marvel, however, not a lot of people are aware that this character exists. As a matter of fact, the only reason why a small majority know this character exists is due to the recent Marvel Avengers video game that absolutely tanked. It tanked worse than the Titanic, the Hindenburg, you name it, that game fucking tanked. And that's a lot of the reasons to where people know the character. Now, well, yeah, that's pretty much my point on that.
Then the title passed on to a villain named Carla Sofin, before finally winding up with Kamala Khan, a teenage girl from New Jersey. Great, so it's like a fourth-handed title given out to a complete nobody, like some kind of half-arsed consolation prize.
I mean, that statement right there, that sums up the character. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That sums it up. Alright, because what's the point of a Ms. Marvel, right? You have Captain Marvel, etc., etc. So what's the point of it? Unfortunately, they've been trying to reinvent the character so many times that we get to this current iteration that you're seeing here. But Kamala Khan, problem is with that character, is that it's just about well written as the actual fucking game Marvel created, which was Avengers. This current iteration is terrible. And for those of you who've read it, I don't need to explain, but for some of you who haven't, I'm just going to give you a brief summary. Crystals, bullshit. If you want to look into it, look into it. I'm not your fucking teacher. That's not what this channel is.
Magical crystals.
But yeah, pretty much. And the whole character, it just feels weak. So, Marvel's solution to that, hey guys, you've heard of characters, right? We have characters like Ghost Rider. We have Hobgoblin. Hell, you know who else we have that we haven't seen in the cinematic screen for a while now? Silver Surfer. or even the X-Men. I'm not counting Deadpool. Fuck you. Yeah, so are
Yeah.
we going to flesh out those characters more? No, we're going to do Ms. Marvel. And if that statement that I just said doesn't make you angry, the fact that characters like Ghost Rider and a few others keep getting snubbed, then congratulations, you have more patience than me. But yeah, I completely agree with Critical, the Critical Drunkard here. He's absolutely right. It's a hand-me-down character title. It's just a hand-me-down at this stage.
But okay, fine, let's work with it. So what's Kamala's origin story in the trailer? Well, apparently she's a high school student that struggles to fit in, doesn't know what she wants to do with her life.
Oh, haven't we all heard that before? How many times has this little storyline been done now? It's been done
Since the 60s when Spider-Man came out.
yeah, like what? Like this is the issue with fucking Disney, dude, or even the Marvel Studios. These new heroes that come to, I say new loosely, but the ones that go from comic to like big picture screen, it always does the same thing. It's either a high school or a shitty office job or some miraculous accident that gives them superpowers. Like it's all the same thing, and they're just trying to appeal, as the drunkard said in the start of his video. It only appeals to like not children's per se, but like teenagers, etc. And the stories that like these movies or TV shows portray is either not accurate to their like real life scenarios, or at worst they're just mindless and just bullshit. If you want to see one like of exactly what I'm talking about, watch bullshit like Tall Girl or High School Musical, and that will pretty much fill you in on these types of scenarios. They've been done in, right? These types of scenarios are dead and buried. I guarantee you that the creator of these scenarios is right next to J.R.R. Tolkien or some other famous writer, because these stories are just done in.
Lusts after boys that are out of her league, and spends most of her time daydreaming about being a superhero. Fair enough, but why does she do this? Well, because it'll make her popular and accepted and give her the boy of her dreams.
Sound familiar?
Now, her general situation is roughly comparable to Steve Rogers, who was a nobody that had been overlooked by the rest of the world but dreamed of being something more. The difference here is that Steve's ambitions were born out of a desire to help people, serve his country, and make a difference to the world. He didn't volunteer to become Captain America so he could become powerful, desirable, and famous. He did it because it was the only way he could fight for what he believed in.
Exactly, and the scenario was fresh. He wanted, as he just said, to serve his country and help it, not just to be, look at me, I'm Captain America, look at me and my big fuck off shield. Like, it's just that he was created, or he volunteered himself to be a help to his people, to his countrymen, not just to sit around the place. God, I wish I was popular. It's just like what would be the point of that? It's just a shitty story, and it's going to make the character look shitty and selfish. I guarantee you, right? Anyone who watches this, I fucking guarantee you that everyone is going to be rooting for the villain. I fucking guarantee you.
But with Kamala, there's no real higher goal or desperate situation forcing her to pull herself up to be something better. Her origin is one of envy, jealousy, avarice, and self-serving ambition. Just fame for fame's sake. It's the same kind of mentality that makes millions of vacuous, untalented kids flock to TikTok, or even worse, YouTube.
Uh,
Yeah, but
Like trying to catch that wave of fame and success.
listen, the issue with TikTok is, and I'm going to say this now, a bit of like a divergent here, but like the problem with fucking TikTok is that it's filled with a bunch of fucking idiots, right? And I'm not talking people, right? Idiots as in like, oh, sometimes they say something and it spouts out wisdom. I'm talking idiots that like 2 + 2 is 4. I thought it was 5. Idiots. Like, these are the types of idiots who would walk out in front of a car expecting the car to stop when it's barreling down at like 50 or 100 miles per hour, thinking that the power of their internet fame will save them in an oncoming crash. That is how stupid these fucking people are. Right? But enough about TikTok, because if I start on that, oh, we're gonna get a whole fucking video.
Yes, because the terrifying prospect that their lives might not be anything particularly special is like sunlight
It
to a
isn't.
fucking ginger person. It's not even been getting bullied or harassed at school to give more context to this. That would at least have given her some kind of motivation to escape to something better. But her life already seems perfectly fine. She has a reasonable group of friends, decent social skills, and she even gets invited to house parties. I mean, probably the worst thing that happens to her is that some random girl pronounces her name wrong.
Kamala.
Damn, man.
Kamala, oh, that's such a stupid thing to
Harris.
complain about. Oh, hey there, Kalama. I'm gonna fucking slit your throat and shove my fingers down your windpipe and pull out your hair. Is that normal? Is that
No.
normal? No, it isn't normal. So now Marvel is trying to say, hey, kids or teenagers or whoever the fuck's gonna watch this shit, guess what? If someone mispronounces your name, you have the full legal authority to kill them where they stand. What is this? The 15th century? 12th? 18th? Dixie?
Yes.
No, but like, this is stupid.
She tried going to school in Scotland.
Way down
If it
south.
wasn't at least one star,
Scotland.
considered it an
Oh
epic
boy.
win.
Never mind
What?
Scotland, Dublin.
Dressed like this wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. So what about her powers? Well, she seems to inherit them by putting on a magical bangle that she finds in her attic, and well, that's it. She's a superhero now. She didn't have to lose anything in return for these powers, and she didn't have to suffer or strive to attain them. She just
Oh,
puts
so
on
she's like a little goblin.
Oh my fucking god, they've given
You
her...
just got them.
Okay, a bit of an obscure reference for you people out there, but if you've ever seen a or a TV show, right, I don't know how many of you seen it. Do you know what this is? This is Legend of the fucking Dragon. They fucking ripped off Legend of the Dragon. Right
Oh,
here.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, yeah. They fucking completely ripped it off here, and they've just turned around and just like slap on power bracelet.
Magical bracelet.
It's like there's no earning it. There's no like hardship, as the drunkard said. It's just slap on bracelet.
Dude, I want to watch that movie now.
No, but no, I'm
It's been
serious.
so long.
If any of you've seen it, Legend of the Dragon, right? The one where they had magical powers due to bracelets, and it represented a particular animal based off of like Chinese New Year. It was based off of that, and I shit you not, it's the exact same premise. All right, it's not original, but that's not the point. The point is that this is stupid. All right, and I've said this now to a bunch of people multiple times. Getting powers handed to you doesn't make you a superhero. It makes you a fucking bipedal idiot with powers. That's all it fucking makes you. You didn't earn it. You just like, and she's just doing this for the sake of being popular. At this point, I would assume she's the villain.
bracelet, and there it is. Now she can do stuff. But what exactly can she do? Well, based on the trailer, she can make energy shields to walk on air and protect her from gunfire, project blasts from her bracelets, and turn her fists into giant fists for some reason.
So basically,
Iron Fist.
no, not even Iron Fist. So basically, she has a power bracelet that turns her into the Scroll. Because she is doing everything that previous, like, Marvel heroes can do. Right? Oh, making force fields to walk on shit? Oh, you think that's not original? Doctor Strange. Oh, the stretchy hand crystal bullshit? Mr. Fantastic. Oh,
You can
project...
even say that, like, Susan Storm does, like, the force field shit as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the projectile shit? Oh, I don't know. Name any magical or otherwise superpowered character that can't do that. I'll name a few real quick. Spider-Man can do it. I'm pretty sure Ghost Rider at one point could do it. The Human Torch can fucking do it. There's nothing unique here. It's just recycled garbage. But that's not even the worst part, right? If the character was good, I could forgive that. But the problem is that the character isn't even well written.
I mean, that's a bit different, I guess, but it does make me wonder how useful it would actually be in most situations, not to mention how fucking ridiculous it would look on screen. Notice how the trailer is extremely light on details like that. Generally, though, in terms of her powers and abilities, she seems more like a discount Captain Marvel with a touch of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly!
Damn,
Basically.
like Captain Marvel with a skirt. Actually, now that I think about it, how does she even know who Captain Marvel is? I mean, her existence was kept secret until the events of Endgame, and even then she only showed up for like 2 minutes in the final battle before, you know...
Head bonk.
Yeah, everyone loved that.
Nah, who cares? These are just details. So that's
So,
her
like, in
origin and her
Captain
powers
Marvel in the
taken care of,
comics,
but what about
basically a fascist.
Yeah, borderline.
She,
internal conflicts? What's
no,
Kamala wrestling with
she's
deep
fascist.
down? What's her biggest fear, weakness, insecurity, or flaw?
Sure, she even got a
I
comic where
know.
she killed most of the Marvel
I know
Universe.
what her biggest flaw and fear is. I know exactly what it is. I guarantee you it's either A, being ridiculed, B, not living up to someone's bullshit standards, or C, and my personal favorite, nothing. Because all of these generic woke bullshit cookie cutter characters never have any weaknesses. Never.
It really defines who she is as a person. Well,
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
It's race! Ding 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 ding! It's race again! Oh, the clouds have opened to this lyrical masterpiece. It's race! Yeah, couldn't see that fucking coming.
Kamala's conflict
It
isn't
even-
about who she is, it's what she is. It's the identity that she was born into. She's insecure because people like her don't typically get to be superheroes. No shit, neither do drunken Scottish guys in their late 30s with deep-seated regrets about how they've wasted their lives. But you know what I do? I cope with it my way.
Precisely, my
The
dude.
point I'm making here is that this isn't a particularly compelling conflict for a character to have, because there isn't really a conflict in the first place. All there is insecurity.
Okay, I'm gonna end this here, but I'm gonna give more thoughts to it. So we're gonna go back to black screen. Okay, so guys, right? The main thing to take away from this is that this is just a load of crap. All right, the critical drunkard has nailed it on the head. It's like the whole thing about, oh, it's race again. Oh yeah, Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, it's all been fucking done, and they're trying to push this ideology that, in my opinion, quite frankly, is stupid. Because, like, look, I get it, racial equality and representation, I get that. But it becomes stagnant after a while. And for those of you who are getting your pitchforks ready, let me put it to you like this. Do you remember the word Nazi? Do you remember when that was said back in the day? About how many people would, like, turn their heads and will just look at you in disgust whenever you said that word? You say it now, and it's just a common thing now. People don't give a shit. You know? It's like that. This is what I'm talking about here. And this whole thing now has been done in to the point where it's like that. It's just like it has no weight to it, no meaning to it, because it's oversaturated and it's been overdone. I think it's time that, like, Marvel take this back. They look at what they've done, they pull back a bit, and they try and make it a bit more accurate and, like, realistic. Because, like, how many times it's never the brown girls that save people? It's like, how many times has, like, a movie done that, or have you heard that nowadays? Like, come on, people. I'm all for representation, but when it's forced like this, and especially if you're using it as a flaw in a superhero movie, when there is, like, absolutely no other. But, like, this has just been my opinion on it. Personally, I think this TV series, like the rest of them, is just gonna flop. Because, like, honestly, I say like the rest of them, some of them were good, but, like, my point is just, it's gonna flop because there's no real character, there's no real struggle. It's just slaps on a fucking power bracelet and all of a sudden you become Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't think it's gonna be good, but hey, like, subscribe, or don't, I don't give a shit. Honestly, this is just my another daily video. Peace out.
You